I want to tell you something that I am genuinely angry I was not told sooner. Not shouting angry, not bitter angry, just the quiet, steady anger of a woman who asked the right questions 20 years too late and now sits here wondering how many other women are in the same position right now, today, without knowing it. Here is what happened. I was 67 years old. Edward had been gone for about a year. And I was sitting down, for the first time really sitting down, to look at the full picture of my finances on my own. No advisor managing things in the background. No husband who handled certain decisions. Just me, a kitchen table, and every account statement I could find. And I looked at my main savings account, the one I had been putting money into for years, the one that felt safe and responsible and sensible, the one my parents would have approved of. And I did some arithmetic that I should have done years earlier. The interest my savings account was paying me was sitting at just over 1%. 1%. And the rate of inflation that year was running at considerably more than that. I sat there at my kitchen table and I understood for the first time with complete clarity that my savings account was not growing my money. It was shrinking it. Every single month, in real terms, my purchasing power was quietly decreasing, while I felt financially responsible for keeping it exactly where it was. Your bank is not your enemy, but it is also not your financial advisor. And it is not going to call you up and say, "Mrs. Hale, we think you should move your money somewhere that actually works for you." That is not its job. Its job is to hold your money and pay you the minimum it is required to pay you for the privilege. That day I made some decisions. I am going to share them with you. But first I want to make sure you understand what I understood that afternoon at my kitchen table, because I think it is the foundation of everything. Inflation is not an abstract economic concept. It is a very personal, very practical force that affects every dollar you have saved. If your money is not growing at a rate that at least keeps pace with inflation, it is losing value, slowly, quietly, without anyone telling you. A savings account in most economic environments does not keep pace with inflation. It feels safe, it feels responsible, and in real terms, over time, it loses. I am not a financial advisor. I want to be very clear about that. What I am sharing today is my personal experience and the decisions I made for my own situation. Please speak with a qualified financial professional about what is right for yours. But I can share what I asked, what I considered, and what I ultimately did. I come here every single day and I sit with you because I believe that the things women my age have figured out deserve to be said out loud. If this is your first time here, subscribe. I will be here tomorrow. After that afternoon at my kitchen table, I made a list of 3 questions. 3 questions I decided I would ask before putting money anywhere from that point forward. The first question, is this keeping pace with inflation, or am I losing ground? The second question, how quickly can I access this money if I need it? Liquidity matters enormously in retirement in a way it simply did not when I was younger and still earning. The third question, do I actually understand how this works? Not in a technical sense necessarily, but do I understand, in plain language, what this money is doing and why? If I could not answer all 3 questions clearly, the money did not go there. That became my rule. I looked at what was available to me: treasury bonds, high-yield accounts through institutions other than my primary bank, certain types of annuities that my advisor walked me through very carefully, a modest allocation into dividend-paying investments that my Edward had always believed in and that I had always left to him. I will not tell you specifically what I chose because my situation is mine and yours is yours. But I will tell you that within 2 years of that afternoon at my kitchen table, the way my money was working for me looked completely different. Not because I had done anything dramatic or risky, because I had simply stopped leaving it somewhere that was quietly working against me. When I told my banker that I was moving a portion of my savings, he was not pleased. He was polite about it, professionally polite, but I could see the calculation happening behind his eyes. And he said something that I have thought about many times since. He said, "Mrs. Hale, savings accounts are about security." And I said, "Yes. And I have decided that security means my money needs to at least hold its value, which it is not doing here." He did not have a good answer for that, because there is not one. I want to speak directly now to every woman watching this who is over 60 and has money sitting in a standard savings account because it feels safe and responsible and like the sensible thing to do. I understand that feeling. I had it for decades. And I am not telling you to do anything dramatic with your money. I am not telling you to take risks you are not comfortable with. I am telling you to ask the 3 questions. Is it keeping pace with inflation? Can I access it when I need it? Do I actually understand what it is doing? And if you cannot answer all 3 clearly, it is time for a conversation with someone who can help you find something you can. The one thing I wish someone had told me at 55 is simply this: your money is either working for you or it is working against you. There is no comfortable middle ground where it is simply sitting there, safe and still, and waiting patiently. Money does not sit still. It either grows or it shrinks. And which one it does is largely determined by the decisions you make or the decisions you avoid making. I avoided making this decision for years because ignorance felt safer than the possibility of getting it wrong. At 72, looking back, I would trade every year of that comfortable ignorance for an earlier conversation at a kitchen table with a piece of paper and an honest look at the arithmetic. Ask the questions, make the calls, have the conversation. Your money deserves your attention, and so do you. Thank you for sitting with me today. I will be here tomorrow. Come sit with me.